G'day guys, we're going to take a look at the Autopilot system and the navigation system in the F-18. First let's take a look at the upfront control panel. Now that's this section here in the top center. Now this basically has two modes of operation, an autopilot and comms. Now, at the moment it's in the comms mode. We have here guard receive, squelch, cipher, the frequency bands, and menu. None of these are actually functional in Flight Sim. They don't do anything at all. Alright, let's have a look at a few other things here. Here we got channel selector, channel 1 and channel 2. Notice these little windows here above the channel selector switches. If it has an M in it, that means that particular channel selector is in manual entry mode. So here we got channel 2 selector in manual mode, and we've got a readout up here where we can enter the frequency. Currently it's on 127.8 and it's off. Alright, if I hit this one over here, we've got an M above the channel 1 selector, and we've got the channel 1 frequency shown here now, and it's saying that this frequency, or sorry, this channel is the active one. Channel 1 is active, channel 2 is not. Two other knobs that are important here are these volume ones. If it's turned to the right, that means it's on. If it's turned to the left, it means it's off. So if I hit this one here, that's turned the channel 1 off and channel 2 is on. So if I hit this, have a look at the channel 2 frequency, we can see that's on now. Again, if I hit this one, the channel 1 volume knob, channel 1 is now the active frequency and channel 2 is turned off. So currently channel 1 is the active frequency that where we will transmit on. It is our primary communication frequency. Alright, that's pretty much it for the comms level. Let's look at the autopilot. Hit the autopilot button down here. A new screen comes up. We've got attitude hold, heading hold, barometric altitude hold, radar altitude hold, but this is not actually functional in Flight Sim. And we have coupled mode. This is essentially the same as the nav button on the ordinary civilian aircraft autopilots. We'll look into that a bit more detail soon when we look at the navigation systems. We've got down here IFF, identification friendly OFO. This is not functional in Flight Sim though. TCN, which is short for TACAN, which is short for Tactical Air Navigation. Basically it's a military version of VOR DME navigation, but it provides a bit more detail. But in Flight Sim it's essentially the same as VOR navigation. So if you wanted to enter your VOR frequency, you would hit that and then enter it here using the keypad. Now you can enter the military frequency for the VOR. It may be, for example, 74X, and you would hit that to put the X in. Now you probably don't know what the military frequency is for the VORs, so you can just enter the ordinary civilian. So 74X is actually the equivalent of 112.70. So 112.70. You don't need to put the decimal point in, does it for yourself? In fact, I didn't have to do that last zero. It would have worked out itself where to put it. Now I find I've actually got a bug in my radios here, and if I try and enter the frequency in using the keypad here, it makes it the wrong frequency. See, I wanted to enter 112.7, but it put in 0.69. So I've edited the aircraft CFG file, and I've added a radio stack. I press Shift 5 to get that up. So if you have this same problem, just let me know and I'll show you how to get a radio stack in your aircraft, unless you might know how to do that already. So yeah, I use this for to do my radios. Okay, let's have a look at other things here. If you want to put your ILS frequency in, you hit this and put your ILS frequency in. Again, I use my radio stack for that. DL is data link, that's not functional in FlatSim. And BCN, beacon, for your NDB frequencies. And then you got your autopilot's on/off button there. Alright, yep, that's pretty much it on that. Now let's have a look at the navigation system in this aircraft. We'll use the right hand digital display for this, the HSI. Let's first look at NDB navigation while I've got this up. So let's have a look where we are in the world. Here's our aircraft, and I can see a NDB station right here, and its frequency is 374 kilohertz. So I'll press BCN and I'll put in my frequency. I'm going to use this for that, 374. And there we go. You can see the indicators come up on my HSI. It's pointing towards where the NDB station is. Alright, now how about VOR? Let's take a look again at the map. And we have a VOR station here, 1112.70. I've actually got that one in already. And to get it to come up on the HSI, you want to make sure TCN is selected on the side here. You should just press that soft key to highlight that, and you press C select, course select, and that brings up the course arrow here. And so if you want to follow a particular radial, use the course selection knob here, down here, and you'll see on the side here, C select, course select, the number changing there. So if you know how to fly by VOR navigation, then it's pretty much the same as other aircraft. Just select your radial using the course knob and intercept. Alright, now if you want to use the ILS, you put your ILS frequency in here, and then you want to make sure that ILS is selected on the side here. Yeah, if you don't know how to use VOR or ILS, just check YouTube for some more tutorials on that, or I might make one in the future. Let's have a look at the waypoint navigation mode. What you need to do is have a flat plan loaded. If I hit the GPS soft key here, we can see the flat plan that I have. There's a start airport, a waypoint, and then the destination airport. You can use the arrows here to scroll through them. So if I wanted to head to my third waypoint straight away, I could select that there, and the aircraft is now turning towards the third waypoint, but I want to head to my second waypoint first. Also, if you press the data soft key here, you can also do the same, scroll through them. If I want to head to the third waypoint first, I could select that, but we want to go to the second one first. You can get information here about the waypoint, its elevation, its bearing from you, its range from you, your current ground speed, and estimated time it's going to take to get to that waypoint. Alright, so to track by these waypoints, you want to make sure you've selected waypoint on the side here with the soft key, and on the autopilot you've selected CPL. You can press the C select here, course select, to bring up the course arrow on the screen. It's on the corner at the moment, up there. You can see here it's brought up the route on the HSI screen here. Now there's a few different options you have. You got this sequence button here. Now if you have sequence selected, let's go to the map view here to explain something. Say if my aircraft was out here, so here's the route between the two airports, there's the second waypoint and there's the final airport. If I was out the side here and I entered this waypoint navigation mode and I had that sequence option selected, the aircraft would track direct to this flat plan route. If I didn't have that sequence option selected, what it would do is it would fly direct to the next waypoint, which is up there. Another option is auto here. If you have auto selected, once you arrive at a waypoint, it will automatically scroll and select the next waypoint in the flat plan and fly towards that. If it's not selected, then basically it will just circle around the waypoint once you reach it, rather than moving on to the next one. And again, you can use the arrows here to select which waypoint you want to head to. So if I want to head to the third waypoint straight away now, I would select number 3 and it would start tracking directly towards that waypoint. You've got a scale here. If you turn on objects in the HSI, so I like to have it on all so I can see all the objects on the ground, airports, VORs, NDBs, and you can use the scale button here to zoom in and out. Basically it's like a GPS overlay. One other thing you might want to look at is the flat plan analysis screen, which is this one here. You can see some information about your flight plan regarding fuel. Here it says, since I got waypoint 3 selected in the HSI, it says here waypoint 3, the time it's going to take to get to that waypoint, and the fuel remaining once I get to that waypoint. And it also has my current fuel usage, pounds per nautical mile. So if I select waypoint 2 here, and that changes the waypoint 2 there, and it's going to take 6 minutes 42 seconds to get there, and the fuel that I have remaining once I get to that waypoint. Also in the HSI screen, sorry, the heads up display, it has a lot of the same information. The time it's going to take to get to the waypoint, and also has a course indicator here. Yep, and that's pretty much it for the autopilot, navigation and comm systems. Catch you later.